The haunting sounds that play as you're about to begin the game just really sets that tone of, I don't really know if I'm supposed to be in this environment that I'm about to traverse. I don't know if everything is as it seems. And truly, I mean, from the beginning of the experience, you are going to see that no, it is not a normal post-apocalyptic scenario. There is something that has gone on that has altered the way in which this world exists and operates. The atmosphere kind of precedes the story details. I just find it really fascinating to explore worlds, usually within film, but in games too, where you don't exactly know what's going on. I think of movies like Air or Infinity Pool. Pretty much anything by Cronenberg has this element to it that is like there's just unknowns around how we got to this point in our society, in our world, and it makes the world feel so much bigger than it actually is, and it creates a atmosphere where you are constantly kind of trying to figure it out. And I'm sure I could go a lot deeper into the psychology of why I find these things fascinating, but that is what makes these types of films and media so engaging.
What's this unreal hum again? Just got the new coil installed, should work all right.
I'm sure we've all explored post-apocalypses enough to understand, like, yes, nuclear bombs go off, you have radiation, mutants, you know, strange creatures, all that kind of stuff, but not many games outside of Stalker or, say, Metro 2033 explore the concept of almost a ghost or supernatural element, anomalies, these kind of strange happenings around nuclear devastation, almost like it's captured the souls and the ghosts of those annihilated within the blast zones. And, you know, it makes you beg the question of, why is it that I have these random encounter with police who are shooting at me, but then I just randomly hear the cries or laughter of little children around me, and there's no indication of why they're doing that, and there's no threat other than mentally it is unnerving and making me feel on edge and afraid for my safety. And I think what works so well to Into the Radius's favor is the fact that you have this kind of atmosphere that really involves you within the experience, and then it extends to the gameplay where you are just trying to extract, explore, and upgrade your equipment. You do get quests along the way to find certain artifacts or kill certain enemies, and then you are looking and scavenging around for more equipment, which allows you to eventually get what's called higher security levels and be able to explore deeper within the radius. But yeah, this is essentially the gameplay loop: is explore, extract, upgrade, clean your guns, organize your materials, and then keep going deeper and deeper into the radius. And I think people who pick up on that and then are willing to kind of suffer through not an immense learning curve, but learning about the environment and how often it can kill you in unexpected ways will enjoy this experience. If you haven't played this game, I want to just let you know right now, you don't want to be caught in the tide, because the tide is a point at which the radius decides to shuffle you off to a random corner of the map and let you try to get back home. And it is not fun. It's usually pretty scary, and it pretty much exclusively drops you off at nighttime. So you're wandering around in the dark with lots of entities that are dangerous and probably low ammunition or, you know, low stamina because you were exploring throughout the day and you lost track of time and didn't make it back to your home base in time. So yes, it will give you a warning if you're about to experience the tide. That being said, my recommendation is to vigorously watch your wristwatch and kind of keep track of the time. And if it starts getting dark out, it means it's time to return back home. You better have brought an energy drink or a little bit of food to eat, because you will probably run out of your stamina bar pretty fast as you're running back trying to avoid the tide. Into the Radius really couldn't have come at a better time, because it is right on the cusp of, you know, Halloween season, and this is a great entry level, I would say, kind of survival horror game. It's not quite either of those things, but it has enough of a spooky vibe to it to where you can get some really good scary experiences. It's not anywhere close to Madison VR, but it is a very uniquely creepy experience. If you absolutely cannot do horror games at all, I really would not recommend getting this game because it does have its scary moments, and just contextual things about what's going on can be spooky when you kind of are lost in your thoughts about how this world works and operates, and seeing some of the notes around the ground, which kind of adds that environmental storytelling element. It gives you a constantly on edge experience, and that is just what I think this game does masterfully, is create an experience that is scary to a degree while not being completely unbearable, but just enough to where you're constantly on edge and you don't quite have a feeling of relief until you get back to your home base. So maybe that does make this a true survival horror game, because there always is that kind of one spot within Resident Evil games, for example, the typewriter room, where you just can actually feel safe, and as soon as you hear that music, you're like, oh, okay, I'm good. While Sony is off making a $700 f***ing console and not making games for their $600 headset, I can be thankful that CM Games brought a really phenomenal experience to PlayStation VR 2. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of the community, and also just thank you for providing me with a code to be able to experience this again. Yeah, definitely check out this game. I think you will thoroughly enjoy it. The more sales that we get on this game, the more likely we are to see the sequel eventually come to PlayStation VR 2. But yes, that is all I have for Into the Radius. I do want to ask that if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd love to have you stick around for future content. The other thing is, as you're going down to comment either "I hate your guts" or "fantastic review," hit the like button or dislike button on your way down there. But with all that said and done, I will see you in the next video. So hopefully you guys are okay with me experimenting with a kind of quicker editing style, a little less involved, and just let me know what you think as a subscriber or as someone who has viewed the channel before in the comments down below, if this is okay, because this is a lot more sustainable for me long term, definitely a lot easier on the mental health, and allows me to be able to make a video, spend time with my family, work a full-time job. Hopefully this was okay, and just let me know what you think.